Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a new series which I'm going to try and bring in this season after each game for Walsall this season. It is 5 things we learned from the game. Obviously yesterday's 4-0 win away at Swindon. We'll be going into deeper analysis of the game, what I thought we did really well in terms of tactics, which players stood out, and just overall more positive stuff, because there isn't anything I can, question about yesterday. All 5 things we've learned really all going to be on the positive side. So let's get into the video. So the first thing we learned from yesterday was the obvious, really. It was a massive positive for Walsall. A clean sheet away from home in our victory. Massive clean sheet personally. If you look back at last season, we only kept 1 clean sheet away in 23 league games last season. And, we had a tendency last season conceding in the first 15 minutes away from home. We got into a very bad habit of doing that. And Walsall keeping a clean sheet away from home in our first away game of the season is massive for us, really. Can build on going into more performances on the road. I think our home form last season was really good. Plenty of clean sheets at home, but away from home, that was the problem. We conceded way too many goals, especially early on. Like I said earlier, we conceded too many early goals within the first 15, 20 minutes. It's an uphill battle really to get back into the game. But Walsall, absolutely excellent in that yesterday. Defensively, we were brilliant. We'll go into more about that on our defensive shape. But on the whole, keeping a clean sheet, even though we scored 4 goals, another thing I'll go into later. The clean sheet was probably one of the more, evident thing for me that we can be happy with, to be honest with you. If we go for last season, with not many clean sheets away from home, in our first away game, we get a clean sheet. It's a massive, a massive plus for the Saddlers, this one. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is our shape in and out of possession. So firstly, we'll start out of possession. I thought it, to a man yesterday, and as a team, really, it was absolutely outstanding. So if we give an example here, our strikers were quite high up here. Will Wright was going to get the ball a lot, wasn't he? He's a good ball playing defender, really. And all they were looking for throughout the game was this diagonal switch here into Harry Smith up top. They tried to do it many times, but we'd either have McKenty, he'd come in, win the header, or Folkeson at times. He had an outstanding game yesterday. I thought the defensive 3 were outstanding, but defending in a side, it always comes from the whole team. So you're starting from the front too. I thought Gordon, obviously, we saw his goal come from pinching the pocket of Grant Hall. He made a mistake. He was there ready to pounce. Jamil Matt put himself about really well, as well as in the front line. And then the midfield was a massive one, personally, for me. When that ball was put up here to Smith, and, when McKenty would win it, we'd have a Jellis or a Sturk, even Lakin. Yeah, they'd pick up the loose ball, and then we could build, go out to our wing backs, who I thought were brilliant as well. Barrett and Gordon, I thought they isolated their 2 wing backs really well. They didn't really have many crosses into the box, which is a massive one for me. And then when we transitioned into attacking, obviously Barrett would get quite high up, pushing there to 2 wing backs back here, which is good. But what we do really well, I recognise a lot recently, our 2 wide centre backs get quite high up, and it's working effectively at the moment. We like to create overloads in the wide areas, and it worked really well yesterday. They couldn't cope with it. He kind of occupies this space here in between the striker and the wing back. And yeah, we'll go on to more about the midfield in a minute. And, Jellis pushes up quite high as well. He occupies this space here. So we've got almost a 3v2 down this right-hand side, same on the left-hand side as well. And it's worked really well. And you got Sturk in there as well. He really reads the game really well. We're going to talk about the midfield in a minute. And then the defence, Folkeson has to play a massive role here. Managing to sweep across the back line. He does it really well. Simkin has to stay alert as well. And, really, really good shape in and out of possession. And, yeah, really impressive in my eyes. So let's go on to the midfield now. I think that was another thing that we gathered yesterday. We won the battle in the midfield, and I've been a little bit critical of that over the seasons. Really, we've been too passive through the midfield, but yesterday that was a dominant midfield display. We had three in there that won everything. Really, they won every second ball, first contacts throughout the team, and we did that. But especially in the midfield, which I'm talking about now, I thought the midfield. They won the battle, and ultimately we won the battle in there, which won us the game. Really, we dictated the play. I've just spoke about off the ball, but also in possession as well. Then midfielders, Jealous and Lakin, getting high up the pitch. Suffocating suffocating them. Really, putting them on the back foot, and then you've got a player like Ryan Stirk in the midfield. I've been a massive Ryan Stirk fan since he's been signed, and I think Brandon Comley is a brilliant holding midfielder, but personally, in my preference, I think Ryan Stirk's a better holding midfielder. I think he reads the game really well. He's comfortable on the ball as well. I still think he could get the ball more, because I just think he's that vital if you really want to do well this season. In that midfield, he can control the play. He's got a great passing range as well. you know, many times yesterday. He was getting it on the back foot, spraying out wide to Liam Gordon. We had great success doing that. And, he dictated the play there. He broke up the play as he always does as well, tackling. And then we'd go to the other midfielders now. Like I've mentioned, them midfielders get quite high up. But I thought they had decent games. Jamie Jellis, what a player he is, and what a pickup, like I said in my match reaction from Tamworth. He's an excellent player, and he looks like he's been playing in this league for many seasons. And he's really exciting player to watch. He's full of energy. He's a battling player, and he's also got that quality as well. He's an exciting player to watch, and he's going to be a big player for us in that midfield. And then Charlie Lakin, he occupies some really good positions, doesn't he? I think he gets in some really good positions, which is promising. I still think there's more to come from him now. I think his quality at times in his final pass could be a lot better, but what's promising is he's getting in that position, and that'll just come personally. And midfield's looking really good. Like I've mentioned, we've still got Brandon Comley to come back. Jack Keevan was on the bench as well. Still think he'd be, when he's fully fit, he'll be in the starting 11. He's going to be massive for us. But midfield yesterday, really impressive. It really chuffed with that. We dominated in there, especially away from home as well. Dictated the play in there, dictated the game tempo as well. Pleasing aspect for me. Most of the fan base has been, calling where the striker's been signed, but we scored 4 goals ultimately yesterday, and I think a massive positive was the 4 goals come from all over the pitch. Really, I think the main aspect for me in terms of the goals, the 2 strikers scored the goals who started the game, which is massive for me. That should be a massive confidence booster for them now, especially Josh Gordon. He has been struggling for confidence. You can see. I remember Exeter in our last home game in the Carabao Cup. You can see he's getting a bit frustrated. He's just waiting for that goal, and he got it yesterday. Really well taken finish. To be fair, he does. His goal just sums up what he is as a player. He's on the front foot, pressing Grant Hall, managed to intercept him, and then it was a calm finish. Through the keeper's legs, a really composed finish in front of the goal. Jamil Matt did really well for the goal as well. It was a great. I think it was a McKenty diagonal switch into the box. Jamil Matt managed to flick it on. Liam Gordon, he recycles the ball to Taylor Allen, and he was there in the box to nod it home. So he contributed for the goal, the one he scored as well. So yeah, I thought Jamil Matt put himself about really well yesterday. And then talk about the main man who scored the free kick, Taylor Allen. What a finish. He's probably got one of the best strikes in the side, personally. He's playing left centre back. And yeah, he's had another excellent game. And then we're going to talk about the guy who scored the 4th goal, Albert Adomah. But, brilliant finish from him. But like I said, in terms of the goals, they're coming through the whole pitch, and we'll need that throughout the season if you want to do well. Obviously, you want a player that you're going to, rely on to, score big goals, a big goal scorer in big moments. But it's good that, the midfielder chipping in with goals as well, defence as well, that we've seen so far this season. So I think that is a positive on the whole. And then finally, another positive from the game, and the final one I'm going to speak about is Albert Adomah. Just what a player to watch. I don't know how we've got him in League Two. I think he's too good for the division, but I'm not complaining. It's an absolutely massive signing for Walsall, and I'm going to be bold. I don't think it's actually a bold claim, but you'll probably get other League Two fans trying to argue their case. But I think Albert Adomah is probably the best player in League Two. Quality-wise, he's outstanding. He's a joy to watch. People were, questioning he's too old, his legs are gone. Absolutely no chance what I've seen so far. He's super fit still. He's chasing balls down, which is the main thing. He's pressing, and his attitude towards the club, really, the squad, is absolutely outstanding. He's had a great career, and you've had many players similar to the pedigree of Adomah come to Walsall in the latter stages of the career, and they've just come for another payday. But Albert Adomah is still hungry to succeed, which is the main thing personally. He's still wanting to learn. He said that in his interview when he signed for the club. He still wants to learn new things, and he's got a brilliant attitude, and more importantly, he's a brilliant player to have for the club. He's an outstanding player. His crosses into the box when he plays right wing back is outstanding, but when he plays strike yesterday, he just controls the game, doesn't he? He's just got that quality. He's exciting player to watch. I said it in my match reaction. He's probably the most exciting player I've watched since Oztuma. He's just got that, edge of the seat type of player, isn't he? He's really good to watch. Can't wait to see him do that dance many more times this season. A great celebration, decent finish as well. So yeah, Albert Adomah is going to be massive for us this season. On the pitch, he's going to be massive. Going to produce some brilliant moments like we saw yesterday. He was outstanding when he come on, and then off the field, what we don't see, I think he's going to be a great player to have in and around the dressing room. Helping the young players develop, learning new things off him. So he's going to be a brilliant signing. I'd already get him on a contract extension. He's that good, and I'm going to say he's probably the best player in this league. So yeah, there we go. I've gone through 5 things we learned from yesterday's 4-0 win away at Swindon Town. Still buzzing from it. And Jeff, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave in the comments your thoughts on today's video. And yeah, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Up the Saddlers.